Hi guys, the topic of room dressings have come up a few times recently, so I thought I'd do a quick video to discuss the matter and also try to give some tips if I can. So this really relates to sort of three profiles: the self-managing landlord, um, and then the landlords that have their properties managed by agencies, and also developers or landlords who have just finished a development and are ready to hand it over for management. And I would also be giving some tips for what letting agents should also do. Okay, so the short of it is essentially the landlord is ultimately responsible for for dressing the rooms, for providing the dressing kits and making sure that they're done properly. The onus is on them to make sure that everything is provided, because at the end of the day it's their property, and it's an important thing to do right. It is important to dress a room if you can, and make that extra effort, because that will sell the room. The thing about businesses and agencies in general, the larger ones, is that ultimately it's a business, and nobody's going to take as good care for the of your property as you would, for example. So if you can provide the dressing kits, dress the room, or at least provide the dressing kit for the rooms. Now, with self-managed landlords, it's always good to make sure that so when you've got an empty room, once that room's empty, make sure it's completely cleaned down. So give it a deep clean, repair anything that needs repairing, and then you yourself go and dress that room. Make sure it's nice and presentable. Neutral colors if you can, with a splash of color here and there. Maybe like a throw on the bed, or some pictures or something, just to give it a bit of life. If you are a portfolio landlord, then normally you would have a dressing kit somewhere in the property that then the agency can use, or the agent can use, and then they will go around and dress the property themselves using your dressing kit, because it has your style, and which will match the style of the property that you've developed, or you originally developed anyway, at least. With that, you just got to make sure that you tell, or you ask the agent or agency to make sure that they dress it properly. The reason you provide it is because the agents aren't going to have the time to run around each property and provide a dressing kit for each room, because there are a lot of properties and a lot of voids. It's just not practical, and even if they do try to, the standards would slip. For example, the quality of the dressing will slip, or dressing the room itself will slip, or it just won't be dressed. So it's best if you provide it, and then you get onto the agent and make sure that they dress the room where they can. If you're just developing a property and you're just coming to the end of it, if you can, at least dress one room. Make sure it's as presentable as possible. Make sure you want it to look like a showroom. Make sure it looks perfect. And then with all the other rooms, make sure that there are mattress covers on all the beds. If you can provide like just a basic dressing kit, that's absolutely fine as well, because generally speaking, you want the first room that the tenant walks into as dressed as possible, because then that kind of sticks in mind and makes a great impression. But then you'd also want really the last room that the tenant comes to when they're taking the viewing. You want that room dressed as well, ideally, because you want to leave a good impression. I generally, it's a bit of a toss-up. I sometimes dress the room I think is going to let, and then leave that to the end, and then have a chat with the tenant while I'm taking the viewing with them in that room. That normally kind of encourages them to take that particular room. But obviously you have to know which room you think are going to get let. Otherwise, the first room or the empty room should be dressed. It's not worth, let's say you've got a 6-bedroom, you've got 6 bedrooms, you've just finished the development, it's not worth dressing all 6, because then you've got 6 dressing kits, and then you've got to store them somewhere. It's a waste of money. They'll instantly get damaged, get thrown away, or get lost. So yeah, 1 dressing kit would be more than enough. 2 if you can. The second one just being a basic one. But all rooms, all beds need mattress covers. So what is? I'll show you, for example. This property is supported living. I'm just waiting for Ashley to turn up so we can do some other videos. But I'll use this as an example. So you definitely want the mattresses to have mattress covers on them. This is not the best example, but I mean this, because right now it's brand new. But if you were a private landlord and you're self-managing, and you were to ask somebody to find you a tenant, that is not acceptable. I mean that's a brand new mattress, so maybe you get away with it. But keep in mind that could be an old mattress, and old mattresses are a bit yellow. You want that covered with a mattress cover, A, to protect it, and B, to also make it look a lot more attractive. The person taking the viewing is going to be running around. They're not going to have the time to stop, to get there in advance to dress it, because dressing kits are heavy, and they're not quite fiddly to do and take a bit of time. So yeah, I mean it's brand new, so it's probably not the best example, but imagine that being a sort of a yellowish stained mattress. It's not going to look great, so let's dress it up. And if you can, for example, that's just with a mattress cover on it. This isn't the best mattress cover in the world, admittedly, but even if you've got an empty room, or you've got a few empty rooms in a property, and one of them's dressed and the other one has a mattress cover in it, you can just throw like a nice throw on it to add some colour, and then you can put some pillows there. That's really quick to do, relatively cheap. Add some colour as well, and that dresses the room itself, and you can do that really quickly, and it makes a great impression. But ideally though, you want wrong room. Okay, so room downstairs. So ideally, you'd want to dress the whole room, and this will be an example. Okay, so there you go. This is an example of a dressed room. Nice pillow. Sort of just add some colour. This one's obviously quite neutral. I like the classic look personally, but other people go for yellow. Well, basically yellow. But yeah, put whatever you want. That's just as nice as tasteful. Nice for at the back. Nice clean ironed sheets. Always have a light if you can that sort of generates a mood. You don't want just a lamp. Sorry, you don't want just a lamp that has just light coming off. Just like this, it's a bit boring. You want to generate some mood as well. A plant or plastic plant or something, just to make the place look like a home. So yeah, that's what you want on an empty room. With letting agents, for example, we should always have a dressing kit in the car, emergency dressing kit in the car. I actually have 2 now, and some properties that isn't dressed, we just have to get there early. I mean, you should be getting there early anyway to clean up the place, but sometimes you have to get there early and dress it if you can. What I normally do is, because I've got plan ahead of my viewings, if I know a property is undressed and needs dressing, I'll probably go there first, dress it at the property I'm going to take the most viewings at, and then leave the dressing kit there for the day, because I know I'm going to come back and take a few viewings there. But really, you want to take that dressing kit back with you so that you can use it on the next one, because at the end it is an emergency one for whatever reason. But again, ideally it is for the landlord to sort out. Hopefully that's been helpful. See you guys in the next one.